I missed a few things or a couple things. There's the one more beast, the Mandelbrot set. The perfectly symmetrical electrolysis. What's it called? It exemplified the electrolysis. There's the yeah. So that's one. Did I miss that one? Eye of the Storm. Eye of the Storm is a beast. So there again, it's another strength node. And then for the application in structural engineering or like arc building, masonry, um, there's the divine feminine principle. But I said that, but I didn't mention that it's application, right? So Christ argues the perspective of the Christian as a lawyer um, came up with that beast scenario. Satan, right? Satan, Saturday, right? Saturn, and soot on, right? Soot, like that is to say carbon. 666 application, right? Is the beast for carbon. The emissary of a non-existent entity would be a particle that like three neutron, not particle, an atom, three neutron. It was six neutron, six electron, six proton. Doesn't exist. There's not one. Six protons, six neutrons, five electrons exist as crystalline structure. The context derives crystalline structure. Um, so let's see. What I'm saying is that Saturn or Baron Saturday, right? The Senate emissary. But then, okay, I'm saying Baron Saturday, but you could say that Satan, right? But to me, Satan is Saturday. Okay, Saturn. Um, I'm just trying to make an extrapolation. That's why I'm doing it. It's not the way that it's done. I'm just doing this. Um, People typically say Satan's emissary, the beast. They had to say emissary, the beast, in order for you know what I'm saying, because it is sinister. Like you become the enemy if you put the yoke on an emissary who's at risk, who might not be getting paid. Then an emissary is still not revealed. He's still not revealed. It's not point. It's not important to reveal the beast, who he is. It's important to recognize that the text direct delineation, whatever. Uh, he is counting money too. You know, he's paid, so he's coming weak. Basically, two ways that okay. One thing, it's not an emissary. That's just rendered itself text delineated, like it just relegated itself contextually superfluous and over the top, right? uh okay, so the greatest trick that Satan ever played was convincing man that he didn't exist, right? But well, okay, does a double helix exist, or does the atom exist the way that it's portrayed? You know, when you look at an atom in a microscope, you know, is it like hydrogen and thing connected like that? You know, like it's a lot, so much space, right? They're they're analyzing the bonds, like this. Those are a code, and they look at it, and it's like colors and shit, like little strips that come out in the colors, and they have a different way of reading it or something. When you look at an atom, like, it's like that you can look at a um you can like it has a new, so okay, it's just a round, it's just one thing, but that's not the atom, right? Oh wait, wait a minute, No, it is. Okay, yeah, it is. An atom is just like a, and then they cut it. They cut. You don't cut it. You split it. You get an explosion, dude. That's something else. I'm thinking because I'm trying to recall my memory. Access memory is based on sight, right? Like, yeah, they tried to split that motherfucking for a long time, uh, and then smashed the particles. They're just smashing the smallest bits of whatever stands in as a particle. There's not a particle. Cause like okay, the electrons and the neutrons, like uh when they um come untethered from the nuclei on their own, they blink in and out. They blink in and out, like they appear. Their um ability to resonate is like uh diluted and diluted and diluted. So then they just become like a random integer or something, like an isolated piece of code, like a little isolated section of code that's totally random or something. Like and then how would you look at it then? Because you can't see, that with your eyes. Obviously, you need like for you to look at small shit like that, DNA. You have to see the Jacob's ladder, and again, it's just like these colored tabs. Like they just can't. Like okay, there's like all these little colors, and then they separate them and they give them like a numeric something, and they or like uh or they'll analyze it on the different ways to analyze it and look at it in a spectroglyph. Yeah, yada yada. And people are waiting for me to teach you something that you don't already know. Nah, I'm not gonna be able to do that. You just like, I mean, hmm, yeah, I don't want to say that because like if it help me remember something, is mesmerism to help somebody remember something. Is you're like delegating the whole project to them. That's why it uh, mature mesmerism is like a quality. I don't even know that much about it. Then I've heard about it, and from like antebellum era poets, they would talk about things that seemed like computer code. We're dealing, like the same things, like we didn't have computer technology, but we knew what template was. There's, already have all these precepts in nature, and then the the monad, and or like what is another thing? The DreamWorks. There's a media, isn't it a media company? Media Dream or something. Laboratories, DreamWorks Laboratories. Because you have to pick up where you leave off on an individual basis, right? With all of these, um, you know, relationship, right? This is to establish that wavelength where you get the stream of consciousness. This is you can't work with, or anybody can do anything with it. And you know that too already, but um, it's like recalcitrant to try and just fucking ignore the fact that the stream of consciousness has popped up, right? It's like, no, I'm just gonna keep talking about what I'm talking about. Fuck, what are you not listening? And you just missed out. Or you missed out on what I'm saying. I was like, no, I can't. get the wavelength to know what you're saying. If I miss out, what did I miss out? Like, you know, but you're missing out. But on someone who's not taking the time to freaking tone down rhetoric or tone down some aspect is allow, you know. And one thing that's for certain, if if you're on any wavelength, that the stream of consciousness will pop up on that wavelength. I even conspiracy theorized that uh, the famed uh, live data stream is just that basically, and a misconception that some eugenics have that you gather, I'll call this telemetry data, and try to use it to potentiate other data, analyzing across sectors and that will tell you one thing, like if we can analyze these cross sectors to round out all these data and fill out all these things we could find out and all this shit, um, what can we do if we just went directly to the source and observed people interacting with the live data stream? Like, and they don't know that it's a stream of consciousness. Like, we don't interact with this. That's when we break away, break off. Isn't that a trip, man? I could be wrong. That could be nothing, but like it's like a, you know thing with me though.